Nothing major to report. Our guys are chomping at the bit to play on Saturday. There's a hot one out there today, but that's good. Our guys, embrace the heat. It's who we are. You don't play football in Texas and not expect the heat to be an issue. So physical preparation is done, and we'll continue to prepare mostly mentally tonight, all day tomorrow, and tomorrow night. Questions?
What's the schedule look like for a Longhorn football player from Friday at 3 to game time?
Well, it's before Friday at 3. Our starters and key backups will come in the morning and get massages and treatment, and then they'll go to class. So those will be scheduled around their classes, obviously, and then we'll come in the afternoon. We'll meet, special teams will meet, and then offense, defense will meet. We'll go out and outside in what we call Family Fridays, where we'll relax a little bit, play some games, a little dodgeball. The O-line plays dodgeball. I think the DBs play a little game of wiffle ball against each other. The QBs play a little football against the running back. So we'll horse around a little bit, compete, get the juices flowing, and then we'll have a walkthrough, and then we will have a substitution review for special teams, and we'll go back in, shower up, head over to the hotel, eat dinner, have a reflection for the guys that want to pray a little bit, and then we'll chill out, watch games, watch movies. We'll have a movie available, play dominoes, play cards, all that stuff, and then Saturday morning we'll be here before we know it.
On game day itself, 11 a.m. kick, primetime kick, does the routine change much?
Just less walkthrough time on Saturday, but the nothing will change from Friday on. The only thing that will change, obviously, is 11 a.m. kick. You're getting up in the morning. We'll walk around the hotel to get the sleepies out of us. Go in, have a quick special teams review, eat breakfast, have a quick offense defense walkthrough for about 20 minutes, and go put our jacket and tie on and come to the stadium.
Coach, on Monday you said you wanted to kind of see a good practice week out of Shane. What have you seen from this week?
Oh, really good. He's dialed in, mentally, physically. Again, I mean, the physical stuff's not an issue. The kid can, like I've said before, he's the most accurate guy I've coached, and so throwing the football is not an issue. He's been running it when he needs to run it, and he's been doing a really good job of protecting himself when we're throwing the football and getting us out of bad runs into good runs, and going through all his game plan checks. So it's been good.
Tom, when you said that if Shane handles it well, he'll play the whole game. If it presents itself, would Sam come in for mop-up duty in this game, or is that hard to say?
Hard to say. I mean, because you're going to want an answer. I think the answer is yes. I think, after evaluating it and, talking about, well, can we redshirt him? At some point, the odds say you're going to need your backup quarterback. So even if it is mop-up duty, it's still going to be in front of, a huge crowd. And, we got to get to mop-up duty. I mean, winning is really, really hard. Really hard. And, it'll be a success if we win by 1 or if we win by 15. But should that scenario occur, I would imagine that Shane will jog in there to get some reps.
Tom, it's game week. You had a 5-week training camp, and I feel like I'm late asking this because for the past 5, 6, 7 years, it's always been asked. Tempo, speed of the offense. What's it going to look like for you guys? Because this is
we'll be no huddle, but fairly moderate tempo, I guess would be the best way to put it. I believe that offense and defense are not mutually exclusive, that they have to work in tandem in terms of controlling the football, but we have the ability to turn the gas on, so to speak, and go fast when we feel the need to go fast. So the best way I can describe it is you should see our offensive tempo kind of do this, and it'll spike when we think it needs to spike, and but we're not going to just run plays to run plays and try to get 80, 90 plays a game.
we've kind of joked about Hager, but when you turn on, and I don't know if you've seen film of him from last year,
No.
but play per production, play per production. What do you see from him, in terms of how he plays the game and?
Reckless, which is great for a defensive player. Throws his body around, is got one speed, and that's full. So, he's going to help us. I don't know if it'll be on first and second down. It'll be probably more specialized on third down or 2 minute or something like that. But right now, he definitely does give us a burst of energy when he's in there, just because of how hard he goes.
Tom, you had a couple guys dinged up throughout August. Any concerns with any of them heading into this game?
No, I think we've ruled out Chris. Correct me if I'm wrong here, John. Chris Brown, Garrett Thomas, obviously Andrew Beck. Who am I missing? Elijah. Terrell Cooney, sprained his ankle. That was the newest one. Walking down the stairs of the dang weight room, and so he'll be out. But other than that, everybody that was kind of banged up, nicked up, or whatever, they'll be going. So if they practice this week and they weren't held out, they'll be going.
Piggybacking on that thought, have the guys recovered the way you wanted them to these last 2 weeks of kind of game prep and getting their bodies back?
I think so, yeah. Last week was a big week for that. On Thursday, we went in no pads. Friday was no pads, and it was a kind of a mock. Last week was a mock game week, so whatever we did today, we did last Thursday. We'll do tomorrow, the having fun and playing the games. We did that last Friday. Saturday was just a mock game early in the morning. Sunday was off. We came back just half pads Monday, Tuesday, and then no pads yesterday and today. So although it was hot and couldn't get in our indoor here as we're repairing the air conditioning, but it's good to get out in the heat and be on the grass. But I think our guys, have recovered, and recovery is still ongoing. I mean, we've got whatever it is, 41 hours or so to make sure that our bodies are in peak physical condition.
Got time for two last ones?
Does Maryland remind you of any team you've faced the last 2 years?
Ooh. Not off the top of my head. I mean, they're going to be they're similar to us. They're a spread team that runs the football. They're going to play 80 to 85% of the game with 3 wideouts, 1 tight end, and 1 back, and they're going to use the tight end similar to us. So I think that's probably the biggest the team offensively that it reminds me the most of is us.
Coach, when your team steps on the field on Saturday, what's the mindset that you want this Tom Herman team to have when they're out there?
Don't worry about mistakes. Don't try to be perfect. That's the thing I've been really preaching to them the last 24 hours, and I will the rest of the way preparing, is these guys want to do so good, and they want to impress everybody and show everybody the new and improved Texas football. But you've got to be relaxed to do that. You've got to be free to do that. You can't be tensed up and worrying about making mistakes. You got to play 100 miles an hour and trust that your training is going to put you in the right position to make that play as long as you're going 100 miles an hour. So I think, just a team that takes the field and plays as hard as humanly possible every single play, because they know the other 10 guys, A, are doing it for them, and B, are counting on them to do it.
For whatever reason,
last one,
10,000 tickets remained on Monday. Any thought on that? Is that maybe a vestige of years past?
No, I mean, I've always said if you win, they'll show up. So my job is to make sure that we win, and it's our administration's job to sell tickets.
Has there been any thought with the evacuees and just giving those out to people that are in town?
That's a question for the administration. I know we're doing some stuff football-wise, separate from any of the other groups, just because of how near and dear the city of Houston and the Gulf Coast is to to our team, and so we're obviously sending our equipment truck with donations. We're getting our guys, our players and coaches are all donating money, and we'll pull that together and donate that. And then obviously we made the videos with some of those guys the other day. So we're doing our part, but I'm sure our administration has something, a bit grander for the whole athletics department. Thanks.